Not live.
We live. Welcome to the G Talk podcast. I want this to be a fun pod, so
What's the welcoming? No, I'm just playing.
I want y'all to be fun with me, alright?
Here we go.
Okay.
This just went all the way.
What the fuck?
I just wanted to be fun, guys. Just wanted
To be fun with me.
Like,
I mean, I'm just saying,
Rare.
I just want us all to get along, guys.
Alright, so I got a G Talk pod legend to the right of me.
I can't. Not today.
She was busy for the 200, so
You want me to tell the truth?
Oh, stop. Anyway,
No. Continue.
alright,
Continue.
So, you know, I'm gonna take ownership.
Thank you.
I can't believe I forgot the legend, the ghostwriter, the producer
Yeah.
of the G Talk podcast. But I got Tasia next to me. Make some noise.
Yeah, you just full of shit.
Come on.
You said you wanted to be fun, right?
Alright,
I'm
here
back.
All right, here we go.
You know how? I'm gonna tell y'all how he forgot me. I get a text from one of my friends that said, "Hey, you going to Garrison's tomorrow?" Miranda, shout out to Miranda. You know
She knows the pod OG.
exactly. And Miranda was like, "You going?" I was like, "Going where?" She's like, "To Garrison's for the 200 pod."
Damn, Miranda snitching though. Damn.
Ain't snitching because
She
you know that's my girl.
told you. She
We ride or
literally
die.
sat right here and told you. She texted her.
Right.
So I'm confused at Garrison's confusion.
Exactly. So
All right, go ahead.
no. So me and her, we ride it out. That's my homie. So she told me. So I instantly sent Garrison a text. And I said, "Oh, so you having a pod without me?" He like, "Oh, I knew I was forgetting somebody." Nope, I'm busy anyway. I'm at work. Fuck you. Like, that's how I felt. Because, you know, Garrison always stand me up like once a year. Like once a year. I finally came to his house one day, you know. Remember last time, the reason why I didn't come visit you no more. It's always
She bring
something.
herself from 2 years ago. Well,
Well, you clearly ain't changed it, you know. You ain't changed your stripes yet.
well, as the leader of this pod, I gotta take that. Sometimes I have to,
Yeah, you know.
I have to be the punching bag. It's fine.
You put yourself in this predicament.
It's fine.
That's fine.
Okay, Melissa Ford.
That's fine.
But also, I got Veronica in a good make some noise.
Hey, guys.
You know what memory came up that had me tripping when Jalen put in the group message? It was the Comes at a Crib
Podcast.
episode.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
like 4 years ago. It was me, you, Jalen, and Nuna.
Was that 2020?
Yes, that was 2020.
Yeah. No, 2021.
That was 2020.
Was it 2020?
Because I started in 2019 at the bottom of 2019. Then at the top, because that was right before the pandemic.
Oh yeah, because it was in February.
As a matter of
Because
fact,
we was at Jalen Auntie house. And, I had work that day and I met y'all at the house.
Yeah, we had some Popeyes chicken, we had Don Julio, and it's crazy that was 4 years ago. And shout out to Nunu though, she doing the thing, she doing a little nursing thing, living a fabulous lifestyle. I'm like, damn, these folks too rich for me, boy. It is what it is.
Yeah, you know, Jalen doing her thing too down there in Houston. You know, she left us.
You know, I still haven't been in Houston. Have you been in Houston?
I've been, actually, me and Miranda went to Houston
And, you know,
in
it's crazy.
2020, September.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not expecting y'all to be besties like that.
Yeah, because you tried to put us against each other when you talk about bringing up old stuff. You remember that?
What do you mean?
Her food business, and you tried to act like I couldn't support her or I was dissing her business.
Yeah.
Yeah, you tried it.
I was causing
A scene, causing a scene for no, just being messy G.
I used to be Gary Williams back in the day.
Used to be, you still are. The hell?
Now I'm not as bad though, because before I really was bad. But now, if you listen to the latest rendition of the pod, it's just pretty mature and mild now. Wouldn't you say so, Veronica?
Crickets, you got a sound effect for that? Chirp, chirp, chirp. Like,
I should have some crickets, but
like, we got to invest in that one because you're a liar. No, I'm just playing.
hold on, wait.
I said I was just playing.
All right, but
Damn.
Well, thanks for starting off hot. You know, but
Wouldn't be me if I didn't get a little spicy.
Yeah.
Can't say nasty because that's the wrong indentation.
Oh, I just had an idea. We should do a G Talk podcast trip.
Where the hell we going? You might forget to invite me, so let me know now.
Oh. Nah, come on now.
Garrison, it's the truth.
Yeah, but now think about that though. That would be lit.
I think. I hear
lit.
you.
That'd be
But
lit.
just make sure I'm included in the plans.
I mean, you miss
No,
pimp
no.
all over the world.
I ain't
Man,
pick-
could be
Right,
lit.
you wasn't at 200. You wasn't at 150.
What was that one?
No.
No, because
because
I had.
She was at 50 and 100, right?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Were you at 100? I was drunk.
Probably not.
No,
No, I don't think you was at 100.
You was.
No, because that was my first time meeting everybody, and I didn't meet her until homecoming.
Okay, well, you was
So,
at 50.
as y'all can tell,
You were at 50. I wasn't there.
we're only
I haven't been on the
6
pod yet.
minutes into this, and
Damn.
Garrison has proven a few times that he has forgotten about me.
Because she for sure wasn't at 150 because I was here.
No.
And she wasn't at 200. And my first one was the 100. And I didn't meet her until homecoming that year.
Well, literally, something happened because I did my shit for 100. So you just gonna make it.
I went.
Everybody was fucking at 100.
I don't know. Was something in the way?
I mean, we'll go back in archives, but I can't.
We're not going to argue. We're going to move past this. I'm trying to move forward. Every time I move forward with you, Garrison, we go back 10 steps. So I'm going to leave it where it is. It is what it is. This is the redo. This is the 200th part 2.
This is episode
202.
So actually, shout out to everyone in DC. With segues into our news week. Speaking of DC, TSU will be at Howard this year. The Howard Bisons, which is a weird mascot, but we'll be there October 19th. Is for their homecoming. And once they made that announcement, it was up. Like, everyone was like, yo, we in there. I think it's going to be huge because... Have you ever played them before? Like, ever?
No,
Or
it's not.
so?
It's not in our recent history.
Yeah.
Right. I came to TSU in 2007, and I don't remember. So
Yeah, 'cause,
So I've been going to games since I was 4. So that'd be 95. I've never gone to a game at Howard.
Yeah, 'cause even with last year for homecoming when Norfolk came, I looked up last time we played Norfolk, it was in the 80s. So I'd be shocked at how our HBCUs, I mean, granted we're in different conferences, but the fact that we just don't match up, you know, and I feel like Howard
Give me a
TSU
second pillow.
should have like
thank you.
Howard TSU should have been a thing, in my opinion. Like way more recent
I think so.
than it is now. But how do y'all think the game is going to be? Tell me y'all thoughts.
Honey, I don't understand football. I just go for the
I
funness.
ain't talking about the game, I'm talking about just overall like experience.
Oh, I think the experience is about to be lit. They say Howard's one of the best homecomings
have
in
heard that
the
they're-
state. I mean, in the
HBCU world.
world.
Well,
Correct.
I heard North Carolina A&T, G-Ho is like their homecoming.
But I feel like every school has their best. Like, you know, TSU, we always say we the best. You know, everybody say they the best. You just got to come experience it. I feel like HBCU is just a different culture, period. So
Big purr.
we gonna always, it's like a family reunion, a fat ass family reunion. That's what it is.
I think it's about to be lit. DC is one of my favorite cities to
Yeah.
visit.
And I think it's just the fact
I
that
think we
like,
about to go, like, it's about to be a fucking time.
yeah. And everybody, you know, you just be one.
Yeah, I'm
you
just
want
gonna be
something other
drunk.
than Kentucky, Murray State. So it's like we getting somebody that's black.
No, we're
and-
going there for their
but
homecoming.
even then, just the
I think our homecoming, I think Garrison, you might be right. Our homecoming might be irrelevant this year.
yeah, because we're gonna play what Kentucky State. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but it's going to be like the week after, right? That's what you said? Because I could not find the upcoming football schedule.
did they
so
release it?
Yeah, they did.
I checked the website. It's not there.
Well, I mean, they released the Howard. So the website.
I mean, Howard has released theirs, but has
Yeah, we know it's their homecoming, but I couldn't find TSU's homecoming schedule. But I know homecoming's supposed to be in October.
Looking at 2024 football schedule, August 31st, the John Mayer Classic, we play Mississippi Valley. September 7th,
Keep scrolling.
we going to Fargo, North Dakota.
What the fuck? You
Hey,
know what?
North-
No.
I'd have been in North Dakota.
We not gonna get distracted by the bullshit. Give us what we want.
Ironically, so shout out to Fargo. That's a great TV show.
I thought it was a bank.
Well,
Well, you are right.
The Southern Heritage Classic is going to be UAPB again.
Yeah, we knew that.
So did y'all hear about?
Yes, I was surprised it wasn't on the news feed.
Hear about what?
Apparently, Jackson State owes $800,000 to the John Merritt Classic. Southern Heritage Classic for them pulling out.
Well, guess they better call Dion from Colorado.
Yeah.
Which to me is the funniest shit. You let that man pull you out of this very expensive contract, and then he leave.
Mm-hmm.
Karma's a bitch.
Yes, it's sad world.
No, I don't think it's sad for nobody.
We benefit, but hey.
Are you gonna go to Southern Heritage this year? It's been a minute since we've been to Memphis.
I haven't been in years.
I have a place to stay, so I'm kind of not worried about it. What's the drive?
2.5.
Faith
3.
lives downtown. Like, they got a 2-bedroom now.
Okay. Yeah,
I haven't been in years.
I went to the last one thinking it was going to be the last one.
Oh yeah. I wanted to go to that one because everybody thought it was going to be the last one, but I was like, oh well, catch you next time.
Yeah,
I loved going, but boy was I exhausted. We went the night before and I drove home after the game.
See, to me,
Like Saturday night.
That's like, wow.
After the game. Literally, I walked the 8 blocks to my car and drove home.
Oh, wait. So.
Wait a minute.
Wait, you left that night?
Yes, you knew this, Garrison. Because you ended up potting that night. We pre-gamed in your room.
Then you drove home. Oh,
Went to the game. I didn't see you at the game because Garrison was on the other side of the stadium. And I was not walking around that fucking stadium to find Garrison. Went into the game. I saw Garrison at the game on my way out. He was far away. I wasn't going to walk over to Garrison no more because I had to walk to the car, which I ended up catching a bird scooter to the car.
Well,
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with it.
At games, I got the band, Kappa, all that shit. So I'd be like
Yeah, he was at the Capitan. I ended up.
He like a C-list celebrity.
No, I ended up being. No, I ended up being snuck into the VIP of the AKA tent.
Really?
Open bar? Come on now.
Tell me something without telling me something.
Tell you something without telling you something. You know who I met there.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. Respect.
Because up.
You over here fucking up the people's money.
The bourbon got me acting unusual.
Okay, well, stop texting
All right,
and
here we
being
go.
distracted. Let's
Yeah,
go.
So we talked about that. So since the last pod, Kansas City won the Super Bowl. Shocking.
Hey, I just want y'all to refer to episode 201 where I said that would happen.
Oh yeah, I think we all predicted that. Remember Brandy said something about the Bengals?
The Bengals.
Like, they got that shit to do with anything.
Also, I would love to know how many of y'all counted how many times she called me Victoria or Vic or some derivative of Victoria.
Yeah.
I got 12. So if you played the drinking game, I hope you weren't driving.
So my bad. I actually made an error in the intro. We have Victoria on today.
Did you really say that? I missed that.
But
Beat his ass? No.
I will be. That would be domestic violence. We don't condone that on the mic.
Well, let's just press pause real quick.
Shout out to the Spicy Pie crew. Kiera came into town yesterday. So we met up. It was me, Causey, Kiera, and two of her friends. Met this one friend. Her name is Wandre. Or no, One Day. My bad. One Day. It's
Like one day
yeah, like one day, but it's not
with a W.
WNDE. She from Atlanta. She from Houston. And now she's here in Nashville.
Oh, what? She's from Atlanta and from Houston.
She's from Atlanta, moved to Houston, moved here for the last 10 months.
Interessante.
So super cool. She actually might be on the pod soon. So if you're hearing this, shout out to you. Even though she listens to Vlad TV, so I'm like, I gotta check her for a wire. She fast.
You got some crimes we should be aware
For
of.
real? What the fuck?
I don't have any
I'm trying not to judge the girl, but what the fuck?
I ain't gonna lie. She said flat. I was like,
Ooh, hell no. The ops.
anywho, Trump put out some shoes.
Them shit's ugly.
Them shits is so damn gaudy.
Like, they really feel like we as black people just like shoes and being criminals. Like, fucking ignorant. That is just ignorant to the 10th degree.
Well, I do think he's gonna win. I don't think he's gonna win because of the shoes, but I think he'll win.
He won't. I
actually think he will because I think the black community won't show up to vote.
I think this election,
And black women is how he
I
lost.
think this election is gonna be very close.
It's gonna be like 2020, but I don't think he will win. Me personally, I don't think he will win because now you got all like his unruling of Roe and Wade has caused a lot of ripple effect. Well, listen, my back hurt.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. I personally, having my degree in political science, think it's unconstitutional for him to be able to be on the ballot.
Yeah, it is. And
But I don't think that they're going to have a conclusion or a decision to take him off the ballot before we vote. So
I mean, if you say so,
they did, and then they tried. They tried the.
but it's not states that he would win anyway. So that's the problem.
but it still sets precedent though.
Yeah, it does, but I don't know. I just feel like I don't think he will win because it's too many things happening with women. Like, yeah, he want the black women vote, especially like Biden does. But Trump, like, got all these judges like they could just do whatever. Like, you are literally imposing your religious beliefs of how you interpret the Bible, Christianity, and all that onto women. Now you targeting IVF. How many people use IVF? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's people who really can just have their own child for whatever reasons, not because they're same-sex marriage, but because their body just cannot,
Or women who are choosing to save their eggs, get their career, and do it later. Yeah. Like,
it's just, I think that's the sad part. It's just like,
but we always knew that the turnover of Roe versus Wade would result in the attack on all reproductive issues.
Yeah.
So my problem is that I do like looking at the climate of the country. He'll probably win because black people will choose not to vote. And what I will say is choosing to only vote locally and skipping the presidential candidates as well is also an issue. Because I know I've seen that from several people on the Twitters, as old people say. Say that they're going to vote locally but not vote for the presidential election. You are also a part of the problem.
Yeah.
Well, this is a perfect segue. So, in Davidson County here in Nashville, there's an election.
This man has his sample ballot out. I am in tears.
Why are you in tears? Because I'm aware.
No, it's that he got up to go get the sample ballot. I am in utter tears.
But
I haven't even gotten my sample ballot yet.
You haven't?
Well, have you checked the mailbox?
Yeah. I haven't gotten it. But I mean, I know the people I'm voting for because I personally know them.
Stephanie Williams.
Come on. Let them know. Garrison's recommendation.
That is the family court judge.
You better do your endorsements, friend.
For all the men out there, that means it's child support. Yeah. So, would you rather have African American woman who's younger, or the incumbent who was appointed, an older white gentleman, to decide your fate when it comes to family matters?
Well, technically, he wouldn't be considered an incumbent.
Wait,
because nothing.
I mean, he was appointed. So
yeah, he was important. So he was appointed. So technically, he's not considered the incumbent because he was appointed.
Yeah, I mean, he has a seat currently, so he has to.
But no, because what that implies is that he was elected for the position. I'm just clarifying. So like, it'd be the degree. It just.
What does it mean?
I can hear Dr. Russell's voice in.
Because like, I mean, yes, they're appointed, but like,
just think of it as an interim. Think of it as an interim at this point.
Right, because he wasn't elected, he wouldn't be considered incumbent. So that he's running for his first time for this elected position. I'm just clarifying because I can literally hear Dr. Russell's voice in my head.
Yeah, I think it's just one of those things where it's like it's a interim position and he got to try to now get elected to get it back. So,
which, anywho,
Yeah, but I just hope everybody go vote locally, federally, nationally, whatever.
Yeah, early voting ends
the 27th.
So by the time you hear this, it's gonna be too late. But
no, I mean, yeah, for that, but the actual day would be the 5th. So if you miss early voting, make sure you go vote.
5th, yeah.
Hey, are y'all conspiracy theorists? Do y'all really believe that early voting, that your vote is counted? I'm just wondering.
I think they are to an extent, right?
Well,
think if it's like the last minute push and you trying to, y'all close and close. Because think about the presidential, I think when they were close and close, they started, mail-in ballots. That's when they come into play.
I don't know.
I think there's, I'm not saying that this is true, but I think there's a higher probability that early votes are miscounted than there is for election day.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of agree because.
Oh, but you early vote.
I recently found out that the people who make the actual voting machines is privatized. You know what I'm saying? So
It's a private company.
Mm-hmm.
No. Did you ever watch Scandal?
Yeah.
Literally. I don't know if y'all saw this. When they get to the season where they show how they rigged the election, deadass, it changed my opinion on everything in life.
Nothing is real.
Everything is a simulation.
Right. But yeah, March 5th is the actual election day in case I missed the early voting. Black History Month. So, as you all know, February is Black History Month, and ironically, this year was a leap year as well. So we got February 29th. Anybody know any leap year babies?
I do growing up. I do know one.
I know several,
she
but
went to FAMU actually.
Oh.
Yeah, I know a few leap year babies, but in honor of Black History Month, I'm going to read just from our, as y'all know, Push Kappa. I'll stay moderator.
What? Had no idea.
But today's spotlight is John Singleton.
Okay. Who's John Singleton?
Beta Omega chapter initiate of 1987. The first black and youngest Academy Award nominee for Best Director, 1991. So with his landmark debut film, Boys in the Hood, in 1991, John Singleton became the first black person and the youngest ever Academy Award nominee for Best Director. The film was a critically and commercial success in the U.S. Library of Congress deemed culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant and deemed the film preservation for the National Film Registry. In the years since Boys in the Hood, Singleton directed numerous major motion pictures, including Poetic Justice, Higher Learning, Rosewood, which I refuse to watch.
Okay.
Because not Rosewood is one of the movies where you just, once you watch it, you're going to get mad and do a hate crime.
Okay.
A Shaft remake, Bad Boy, Too Fast and Furious, Four Brothers, and his final film, Abduction. Simpson filmed Open Doors to numerous black actors and entertainers such as Ice Cube, Janet Jackson, Tupac Shakur, Tyrese Gibson, Morris Chestnut, Cuba Gooding Jr., and Regina King. A student of film history, Singleton was creative visionary who built on the legacy of his predecessors while paving the way for countless black artists. His intelligence, wit, and passion for chronological black experience have marked him as one of the generation's most successful and beloved writers, directors, and producers.
Okay, speaking of Kappa and Black history, we mentioned the Super Bowl, but you didn't mention your thoughts about the Kappas appearing during the halftime show behind Usher. I swear to God, I saw it. I was like, I texted Garrison. I was like, are they back there shimmying?
Yeah, so,
during the Usher Bowl.
Yeah.
Come on, Usher Bowl.
Yeah, so this spot has happened to Usher Bowl, but yes, as y'all saw, Usher did feature two members of Kappa Alpha Psi in his halftime show.
And that was approved by Nationals, correct?
Yeah, of course. And one of the members is one of our very own.
There was an uproar on TikTok.
He was part of the Kappa Beta chapter, which is University of Memphis. So we got some people in our home team down the street. Just know Kappa's global, Kappa's worldwide, and yo.
Okay.
No comment. No, just flip.
Was not prepared for the yo.
And just know we got some haters, but guess what? Y'all can never be that. So.
Oh my.
Rare.
All right,
Spicy.
and that segues us to our next section.
Dang, it's like some haters in here tonight, but
Garrison,
no.
pump your brakes.
Just because we not
Pervert.
Pump. First of all, pump your brakes.
Okay, all right.
Because you know,
Okay, what?
my mouth does not stop. And I'm trying to be nice on this hip podcast on this Sunday afternoon.
Listen, don't make Gary Williams pop out.
Now, friend, you got talking to the mic.
Gary Williams.
Wait, actually, you know what? Speaking of Wendy Williams, her.
Oh yeah, she's sick.
And
Yeah.
honestly, I'm confused about those headlines because it's like, who approves for that to go out?
She probably wasn't. She was in her right mind.
But, you know,
No,
like,
she didn't approve it. She's probably giving her POA away
Yeah.
at this juncture.
But like, yeah, I don't understand when people's health information is like a headline. I'm thinking like, I don't want that to go out. 'Cause, you know.
But you know, you're in the spotlight, everything goes out. Like in the public.
Well, Veronica, HIPAA.
No, because it wasn't shared by a doctor, so
Right.
that's not a HIPAA violation. It was shared. It was shared by her publicist. That is
Exactly.
who, in fact, did who was credited to providing the information.
Mm-hmm.
So it wouldn't be HIPAA violation because she's not
I'm like, what the world?
she's not tied to HIPAA because it didn't come from a medical provider.
So what you're saying is, let's say I knew something about you medically, and if I just shared it.
You could legally share that. If I told you my medical information,
Right.
you could legally share that. You are not. Well, actually,
Well, think about it.
if as somebody, if I was old enough to be trying to get Medicare and I shared with you my medical information as the agent getting me Medicare, you then could not share it. But as my friend, because I'm not old enough for Medicare, if I told you,
But also for life insurance too, because we do.
oh, true. I forgot that you sell life insurance. So, but only if you are working under those guys. So, like, I also work in health insurance. If I'm at work and I obtain that information, I can't share it. I can't share names. Like, I be having funny jokes that I just can't make because I'm at work.
Yeah.
Except for I have a work bestie who gets all that. But like I can't turn around and tell you. But if I learned it outside of my 9 to 5, I'm not tied to those HIPAA regulations.
Okay.
Even though people be treating me like I was at church and they were like, "So can I talk to you about choices?" Girl, no.
Wait, I'm off.
But yes, what you want to know?
Just real quick, the Andre Dawson Classic is happening this weekend. It's already happened by the time you hear this, but essentially Andre Dawson, he is a MLB Hall of Famer, African American. He is a attendee, graduate of Florida A&M University, which we know is FAMU. But it showcases HBCUs when it comes to showing their talent, etc. So shout out to the Classic because a lot of times the black schools don't get that much highlight. So it's on MLB Network and MLB.com.
Hey, I want to know how many HBCUs actually have baseball teams. Really?
So TSU is the anomaly of not having one because it'd be.
Well, I mean, we used to have one. Now they substituted it for softball because of the football team.
So when I saw.
We gotta meet regulations, you know.
You got North Carolina A&T got a team, Southern. You got Alabama State. You know what I'm saying? Like, right? It's just pretty much every HBCU has a baseball team except for us. We are the one that.
Garrison's gonna start a petition.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Real quick. I was in Tampa this week. Had a conference. Actually, I was in St. Petersburg.
Oh,
Which is about like 30 minutes from Tampa.
So you weren't even in Tampa? No.
It's like retirement community. So
it looked like a retirement community.
had
Just
some,
look old.
had some yachts out in the
Oh, rare. Come on. Oh, wait, what he say last spot? Period.
But
Who Who the hell taught you that?
One of my young homies taught me that. But
Oh,
Garrison,
where?
you younger than me, so I'm confused.
He's the youngest person in this room.
but even though I'm the
What if my
youngest,
young
I'm still
homies?
like older.
You right, you old.
Come on now.
Granddaddy.
Come on, Pop Pop.
But yeah, Temple was cool. Was there for a work conference, and everything was, flight, hotel was paid for. By
The room was
Shout
nice.
out to the Vinoy. It's a Marriott brand, so I got some Bonner Boy points added to mine.
Okay. A little travel.
But it was cool though. It was actually chilly. Like the first day, shit, it was.
Define chilly.
It was the same.
Because we both have different.
Oh yeah.
Refer.
It was-
Refer back to
It was
October.
the same weather Wednesday night as it was here in Nashville. So like the low was like.
So it wasn't really chilly. It was like chilly to be in
Oh
Florida.
no, you got to factor in the wind off the.
All off
It's
the
off the
water.
Oh yeah, it's always colder.
Like if you went out there with short sleeves, you would have been cold.
Would I have Garrison?
You would have. Everybody there was kind of like, shit, it's kind of it's a little chilly. But
Weatherman. Speaking of weather, don't you have a segment where you talk about the weather? Weatherman G.
let's see what the album's gonna look like.
This should be so funny to me. Go
You're
ahead,
really showing
friend.
your age.
Am I Gary Roker?
Yeah.
All
Y'all
right.
know that man's sick?
Yeah.
That's not even really funny.
Al
Now that
Roker.
Al Roker's sick.
You sick?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he got cancer.
Yeah, but I'm joking.
I
I mean,
I learned it
so,
from
by the time you
TV.
hear this, on Wednesday, the high is going to be 67. A low of 27 is going to be there's going to be some showers and thunderstorms. The chance of rain is 90%.
We in the rainy part of Nashville's weather.
So be sure to pack those umbrellas, ladies and gentlemen. Thursday, after the rain, the high's going to be 49, low is going to be 33. Partly cloudy. Friday, you got a 55 with high, low 46, partly cloudy. Saturday's going to warm up a little bit. High of 66, low of 51. So,
Oh, that's tragic. I won't even be here.
Because the sun is a little different. Now, Sunday is where you might want to really bring the toes out.
Not bring the toes out, or did he say? Did he say bring the toes, or did he say bring the hose?
No, the toes. A high of 7.
That ain't what you said, but we're gonna let you know.
Guess what? The beauty of audio, we can play it back.
We got play it back.
The high is going to be 70. Low is going to be 55.
I won't even
Sunday,
be here.
Well, no, it's actually Sunday, but
Monday.
Monday, the high is going to be 70. Low is going to be 54. And it's going to be raining. So, you should plan accordingly. I recommend young adults to check the weather every day. It's not
Showing his
rocket science.
age.
But yeah. Real quick, y'all touch on the TikTok girl real quick.
Risa Tisa.
Come on, Risa Tisa. Who the fuck did I marry?
I mean, what do you want to know?
Because I want to know who the fuck did she marry.
Alright,
Come on, Legion.
So in my opinion, this happens every day.
What? With like
Okay,
women?
wait. So,
I wouldn't say.
can I
every
give
day.
a brief, a very quick synopsis?
Like, keep it brief because we already.
Yeah, I got you, friend. So it's a 50-part series TikTok that became viral.
It's pause. It's not ridiculous. Y'all sit here and fucking binge watch TV shows all the time.
Okay, so if you watch it at its regular speed, it's 4 hours on the playlist.
Let me stop you right there.
You can stop me, but I'm continue to go. So go ahead.
So was it 10? So was it 50 10-minute clips?
They weren't all
was.
10 minutes.
Right.
So technically there are 52 videos in the playlist.
Okay, all right. Well,
At 8, so let's say an average of
Some
8
of them
minutes.
I skipped. I'm not gonna lie, because like there are some where she's recapping and clarifying. I skipped all those,
And that's because people don't listen.
well, people also weren't watching it in a playlist. They
Exactly.
were watching them like they were counting on the algorithm to give it to them as it was coming out. I watched it once it was all over.
Yeah. I watch it in playlist mode.
Me too.
And it's just like me watching a TV show.
Or
right?
listening to a podcast because
Right.
she actually recorded it. Like, because watching it isn't.
You don't have
You're
to
just
watch
watching
it.
her do shit. Like
Yeah.
you're watching her drive to work or drive home or sit there and tell you the story.
Yeah.
Don't watch it. Just listen. Like it's a podcast.
And it's easy to follow. You
And
just-
also dead ass. biggest piece of advice I got and can give: 2x speed. She talks slow as fuck. But long story short, she's a girl. Pre-pandemic, or right before the pandemic, she matches with this man. We call him Legion. His name is Jerome. She matches with him on 2 different sites under 2 different names. They end up going on date. On her way to the date, she gets a flat tire. He buys her a new tire. He fixes, like, he puts the spare on, buys her a new tire. So you get the impression that, like, love bombing and, like, that sense of, like, urgent care and love happens real quick. They move in together to quarantine in Atlanta, because apparently that's the thing that a lot of people did not know.
There's a lot of unknowns in 2020.
Come on. Their relationship progresses fairly quickly. She ends up getting pregnant. She loses the pregnancy. He gives her the first opportunity to show that he's a nigga. He's a lying ass nigga. He doesn't, like, she ends up having to have a DNC done. To me, that was where I paused the video, because, like, that man didn't take you to get your DNC, but y'all live together. This is where you should have left.
But then part of...
but she admits that red flags were there.
But, like, the part of him not going to DNC, he had this illusion that he was a VP of a company.
No, that he was going to become a VP.
Yeah, and
based off of this.
And with the new promotion, he had an executive assistant, David, because David was
that was the funniest shit to me.
There was a lot of characters in this story, but ultimately she realized that it was basically, she felt like it was her turn.
Yeah, so ultimately she ignores red flags, thinking that she had found a good man. She loses the pregnancy. They got engaged during her pregnancy. Then they get married.
Tried to buy a house.
They tried to buy several houses. This man will not show proof of funds, which, I would be honest, Garrison, I've talked to several real estate agents in the last 12 months. All of them were like, so to become my client, for us to start looking for houses, I will need all your financial information. So how they were touring and had multiple real estate agents baffles me, because
I think
he ain't never show proof of funds other than this image of what his job. If you go back to the first video, his job was going to pay for him to relocate.
Yeah,
and so that 700,000 was supposed to be what his job was willing to pay. And so he's putting in cash offers. No one's accepting the cash offers. They go car shopping.
Cash offers for what?
House.
But, like, I think it don't.
He signed. We know of at least
why you just
3.
need to watch it.
We know of at least 3 legal documents that he signed saying he could pay for all this.
So let me ask you a question. What part of this 50 series, this 50
part series,
docu-series was so compelling?
For me, it was her storytelling.
Yeah, it was. It was vulnerable. Think about it.
Sauce to it?
No, I mean, everything is supposed to be, as far as we are aware, everything is factual. But it's in my opinion, she draws you in. And I think this is definitely more of a woman thing. I don't know any guy who would be interested or care, because they wouldn't have experienced anything like this. I feel like this could have been me. When you get to the end, eventually you find out that all of this was possible because she was a church girl who believed it was her turn, or believed it was finally her turn to fall in love, to have marriage, and that she was desperate for it. And it gives very much cautionary tale. Don't be me. These are the mistakes I made. These are the things that I ignored.
Are a lot of women behind her?
I mean, yeah, she had,
yes. I mean,
TikTok.
like, I won't say like it's just women, but is she getting support? Yes. So much so that she is now made enough money where she can go to the places that she's always dreamed of going, that he promised to take her, that she's getting the car that he promised her and never fulfilled that promise. It's giving very, you don't need a man to get it. like aftermath.
Do y'all feel like in support of her? Do you feel like we're enabling her?
What do
Well,
you
no,
mean
because
by-
she got out. So I don't know how we're enabling her
Well,
because she's no longer in that marriage, no longer with that man. She's very much transparent about the mistakes that she made throughout it all. Like she tells us things that if I was telling the story, if it had happened to me, I would just skip that because she looks stupid most of the time.
Oh yeah, so that was my
Majority of the story, you were like, "Bitch, what?"
Yeah. Okay. So I'm sure at certain points in the story, you're thinking like,
No, very quickly, very early.
You didn't, you know what I'm saying? So I just feel like
She does preference the story. I don't know if anybody started with the disclaimer. I started with the disclaimer because it's the first episode. It's the first thing on the playlist.
Okay.
And she's like, I'm going to look stupid. Know that I look stupid.
Yeah,
I'm going to tell you the
I
truth.
might be, as far as social media world, I was just confused on like that.
But Garrison, what I will say is you wouldn't be interested in this because your discernment would be like, bitch, I told you on episode 1 not to do that shit. And by episode 50, you're going to be like, I'm annoyed because I would have been done told you that.
Episode 4.
No, like you as my friend, you would be like, okay, you've matched with him twice and he's got 2 different names. Probably should let that go. Like I wouldn't have even ended it. Like if all of that had happened to me and I was talking to my friends, none of that would have happened.
Niggas be lying
every day. So do bitches, but you know.
Niggas and women lie every day. So I was just confused with how this story got.
It went viral because it's relatable. It's relatable. I feel like everybody has a moment where they have been stupid and have ignored a red flag. Let us try.
Hoodwink.
Bamboozled. I just feel like it's very relatable in that way. But for me personally, it was a little more relatable because she thought he was like a godsend and that it was her turn and that she had been waiting. No, please, let's not.
Well, let's go to our.
Let me finish my mimosa.
Real quick, AT&T had an outage. Well, that was affecting most times, but like a lot of carriers had an outage. But
The big 3.
But most recently, it was like a couple hours ago, AT&T is going to reimburse their customers $5.
What?
They're going to reimburse their clients $5 because that's the average cost of a day's worth loss of service.
I mean, I didn't lose a day worth. Like I woke up.
Tasia, you're going to get a $5 credit.
No, I'm saying I have AT&T. What I'm saying is like people are upset about the outage and people are like, oh, y'all gonna leave AT&T. I'm like, all these big companies do this. It's just that ours happened to be more impactful because you realize if your phone is in SOS mode, ain't nothing you could do. Nothing. So like I was literally having to drive to the dentist. Huh? Yeah, unless you're on Wi-Fi. And that was the thing, like while I was in the house, I didn't realize my phone was messed up. My sister's like, she FaceTimed me. She's like, oh, your phone works. I'm like, what do you mean it's working? Like, what's wrong? And I looked, so I said, oh, SOS. Okay. And I had to go to the dentist. And when I left the dentist, I had to go to work on the back roads. So I did the old fashioned way. You know, I used to use MapQuest. I went on my phone, turned on the GPS, screenshotted my way to get to work. And that's how I got there. When I got to the dentist.
Can we talk about why you don't know how to get to work?
Because I'm on the back roads coming from the dentist. So I went to Hendersonville and I work in White House. And I took the back roads back because it's so much easier than traffic. Girl, I know how to get to work, but I normally take 65 north to work, and then I take 65 south back. And when you talking about up in the back roads, that was a lot. But it wasn't too bad. I mean, give me my $5 and just make my bill $105 this month. So it happens.
Yeah. But anywho, just to wrap it up, well, shit, that pretty much wraps up.
You should just pause your thing.
All right, well, we'll be back for the next topic. All right, we're gonna name our hood spots updated rendition because I feel like we did this before. But I'll start with mine. So, coming in number 1, Redlands Grill, also known as J. Alexander's off West End. I pulled up Friday, and these folks had a security guard in the front.
What time did you pull up?
Veronica, it was like 7 o'clock.
That is wild.
The fact that you gotta have security at 7 o'clock.
Oh dang! I was just down the street. I was at Stony.
Like the light flashing. You hear me? Like they had the light flashing.
Sure, just came to Stony. I don't know what's wrong with you.
The light was flashing. I kind of circled the parking lot. I saw Wolf walking in. I kind of rode by the bar. I saw who was there. I said, "Oh yeah, it's dangerous." First of all, the fact that you gotta have security there, that shows that something has happened.
Well, you know, black people be there on Thursdays. I didn't know black people be there on Fridays, though.
Listen, it was Friday night, and there was a security guard. Did they have a security guard there Thursday?
I don't know. I ain't been in a while, but no.
But also, too, it's like happy hour.
Yeah, I've gone for happy hour.
Like 7 p.m.
I've never been there that late.
So I don't know the last time I've been to J. Alexander's
But I also really don't go to J. Alexander's.
at night time. And also, J. Alexander's food is mid.
No. That J. Alexander's is lower than mid, in my humble opinion.
So
It's not even as good as the other J. Alexander's.
what's like lower than mid?
Like, in my... I don't want to seem
Say it. Just say it.
bougie, but like
it.
that specific J. Alexander's
It's what?
gives like Applebee's, Logan's, Chili's vibes. I'm sorry. That might be a little bougie. I'm sorry.
Proclamation.
That's what it is to me.
Nah, I mean,
It's the equivalent of going to Applebee's, which I won't do.
I go to Applebee's.
No, my thing is like I live close to the only Applebee's left.
You do, which is off of Thompson. Like,
And like that used to be a good spot to go after Limelight.
whoa. Wait a minute. Hold up. You said after Limelight.
Yes.
You are the first person. So this is actually Black History. So you the first nigga I know to say they went to the Applebee's at Limelight.
So it was like after I graduated.
Well, yeah.
Like-
I never heard niggas say.
No, when I was in undergrad, I wasn't going to Applebee's after. But like, yeah, when I graduated during the summers when we would go to Limelight, when like it wasn't like on the off, it wasn't off season for Limelight. Like when we would go and be like there for 4 for 1 through till 9, we would leave Limelight and go to Applebee's. But first of all, I live over there.
That must have been like a local thing.
It wasn't a thing. It was a Veronica thing.
Okay.
So I would leave there and go eat at Applebee's before I became too bougie for Applebee's.
You went to the weekend
Well, see, like
and then went to Aladdin. That was a natural tour.
I never went from the weekend to Aladdin's after Limelight. I never did that.
From Limelight, where'd you go?
Depending upon how drunk I was, home.
Home facts.
But like a lot of people.
I had done the week. I had gone to the Weekend Next, and then whatever that hookah bar was, like just like a block up.
Aladdin.
No, that's not Aladdin's. Aladdin's is back down West End.
Well, I mean,
it was something else. Medusa.
Okay,
It was Medusa.
Like same thing.
But never to
The one
Aladdin's.
off like it was like right there off like.
So it was it was right there. So you had Weekend, you passed the post office, and it's right next to Icon.
Yeah.
And it was Medusa for a long time. I had done that, but I had never gone to Aladdin's after because Aladdin's is a different experience. I don't understand that.
So next on the list is actually Nashville.
Oh my God, how is this a hood spot?
Well, I don't stay this way, so I don't know a lot of these hood spots.
So that Zaxby's is down the street from my church.
I actually haven't been there in a minute, but the last time I've been there.
How is it hood? How is it a hood
stay in
spot?
Madison.
Tell me.
So
Well, see, all my hood spots are in Madison.
I stay at Madison.
Madison and Antioch. Swear to God.
Well, I won't say Madison, but I stay in Goodlettsville.
Oh, okay, that's a little bit further. There's a difference.
No, it's
So
definitely
actually,
not.
You know what's hood in Madison?
What?
Fanobi's.
But no, yes.
Panobi's, that's on my list, friend.
I stay around the corner, but
Hood.
like
That's hood.
I don't go there. You know, what I'm saying?
Panobi's has cockroaches.
I don't go there. I don't go there.
But for no reason on the spot, but like
There's a pool hall. I can't think of the name of it in Madison. That's also ghetto as fuck.
Y'all don't go to those places.
Putting in coins to get balls for pool is what the fuck.
They be stealing them.
But yeah, like the spot on Zaxby's, when I went inside and saw the faculty and staff.
Are we at a
First of
school?
all, why are you going inside of a drive-through business? Tell me. That was redundant. Synonyms.
So once I walked in and saw
Oh, wait,
faculty
but
and staff, I
question.
was like,
I have got to know, why did you go inside of there's a drive-through.
well, speaking of the drive-through.
That's ghetto as shit.
It probably would back
That
up.
drive-through is ghetto as fuck.
Okay. I'll wait.
That drive-through is ghetto as shit.
I'll wait.
Because you
drive-thru-
you gotta come through the alley to even get in line.
Okay, exactly. So hello. like it's the reason why I go to the inside because like I probably. Have
But
to-
that parking lot was built stupidly as well.
the architect was drunk. In my opinion.
I was not prepared.
But yeah, I walked in there. It was a guy. He had like dreads, gold teeth. This man literally said verbally out loud, "Hey man, just order a cup of water and you can get whatever you want, man." I was thinking,
Order a cup.
What the waffle? You mean you can get whatever drink you want?
order,
I'm confused. Just order whatever. You get a cup and get whatever you want.
Well, I'm thinking, like, yo, like I get that.
I don't know why you went
I
inside.
get it. However,
That's
like,
beyond me.
Don't share the secret with the masses.
Let me tell you the truth. I swear that Zaxby's can't be any worse than the one on Bell Road.
Well, I mean, it's an Antioch.
They are equivalent.
But that Zaxby's I've been to, I don't eat Zaxby's anymore. But that Zaxby's is expensive too. It's like
the prices aren't any different than the other ones.
I go now Zaxby's. If you know me, I'm a salad type of girl.
Salad.
Salad. That's all I.
Is that what they called?
Yeah, it's a salad with a Z.
I'm dead.
It's a salad.
It is
It's a salad. And I always get a salad. And I know, like when I go to the Zaxby's by my house in Rivergate, Madison, Goodlettsville area, it's one price. But I'll go to the one on Charlotte. It's like almost $1 difference. Like I don't understand. So, so I just don't eat Zaxby's for personal reasons anymore.
So the Zaxby here,
But the salad be fine.
The Zaxby here off of Highway 100 in Bellevue, they are super nice.
I've never gone to the Zaxby's.
They don't-
Why are all the Zaxby's so inconveniently placed?
They don't charge
For me.
I mean, so granted, you gotta think about it. We in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Right, but like
Zaxby's
Chick-fil-A right by my house.
in Georgia, right?
Uh-huh.
Ain't no different
here?
than Chick-fil-A.
But the Zaxby's are so very inconveniently placed to me.
Yeah.
Because there's one on Nolensville.
But actually,
That's far.
Shout out to Zaxby because they did cater the 200 podcast.
Okay.
You said what?
Garrison, we're not doing that. Cut that.
No, they did.
You paid for that.
I'm saying all that they whatever. Anyway, so we got
Them strips went fast too.
So next.
Oh, I wouldn't know about that.
The
I'm
next
sorry.
spot is Noir.
Concur, double tap, agreed,
All right,
retweet.
So like you have to defend Noir because Noir is ghetto.
It's ghetto as shit.
Okay, so I've been there 3 times. I went on January 17th. I went on February 10th. And
Was
I
the
just
food
went this
good?
Friday.
Did you enjoy the
food? The
food?
food is good. When I went on January 17th, I went for my friend's 30th birthday. And we went for
Dang,
dinner.
why we still got friends that are just now turning 30?
You know, you never know. You know.
Okay.
That was during the snow week, apocalypse, whatever you want to call it.
I
And
went
we
during the snow too.
And the service was like, it wasn't really nobody in there. So we got like perfect service. The food was good. Everything was, you know, how you expected it, which made us go back. So when I went for brunch, my friends came and visited me from Chicago, and she had saw it on Instagram. So I really want to go here. Cool. So we went, and the food was good, but it was the wait time that was kind of like, oh my goodness, okay.
How long did you wait?
I did a reservation because they had just started a reservation for brunch. The wait for me to food, I feel like we was waiting an hour, but
Yeah. Did you wait to be seated or did you wait for food?
wait for food. No.
Okay. How long was your wait for food?
Probably about 30 minutes to an hour. And that's because when we got there, we sat down and we ordered the tower drink. So we got situated with that. We didn't want anything and we ordered our food. And then we was drinking and talking, and we like.
Then you realize your food ain't came.
Where food at? But
Okay.
then I noticed like they do a bad job with big parties.
Uh-huh.
I think they.
How
catered to
big
the
was your
party.
table?
It was only 3 of us. It was just 3. And
I'm gonna let you finish your story. Then I'm gonna tell you.
No,
mine.
you're fine. It was just 3 of us. And then when I just went on Friday for a birthday dinner again, because we enjoyed dinner the last time. That's what made us go back for somebody else. It was 5 of us, and they had 2 fat ass bridal parties. 15 people tops in both groups. To where they had asked us if we'll move our seat, and they gave us a free drink on the house for having us move our seat so that they could accommodate the people. Because once again, you make reservations online, and it kind of they don't have a good setup for how to deal with big parties. To me, I can only accommodate one big party every 2 hours because it takes away from the smaller people.
But so, in my opinion, it doesn't matter if you're fully staffed or if you are staffed appropriately. So my experience was that I waited almost 2 hours for a seat when we called ahead to see if they had a table and would have a table by the time we got there. We went at the end of brunch. So we had done brunch at Hopsmith. Then we were like, oh, we outside, bitch. And we had friends that were already there, but like their table was full. So we were like, we called and talked to the hostess, and they were like, oh no, if you come in the next 15 minutes, we'll have you a table in 15 minutes after that. So we show up, we waited 2 hours. Mind you, the waiting section is like right there at the bar. We were shrinking. We was doing line dances. We had a motherfucking time.
It's a time.
We had a motherfucking time waiting for a table. And then I waited 45 minutes for a mimosa before I was like, oh, no, I have somewhere else to be. Like, just cancel my shit.
Wow. Yeah. Every time I've gone, I've done a reservation.
But I had gone to the previous location.
It had a better experience.
It had the best experience. Like, the food was bomb at the original location. They used to have hookah. So, like, my only issue with the original location was it didn't have no parking. I had to pay for parking. It was small, but I didn't mind it being small because I feel like all the black spots are small. It was small, and the food was amazing, but they only had a 2-hour limit on your reservation. So we hit our 2 hours. Like, we were doing bottomless mimosas. We done had 2 hookahs now. Like, and they were like, hey, yo, your time is up. And I was like, I thought that was rude as fuck.
But I know, like, a lot of these places, I feel like a lot of the places in Nashville,
you get that 2-hour notification.
They coming from this Atlanta mindset. Like, because if you go to Atlanta
well,
places, it's a time on the table, and then COVID created time.
I think, to be honest, to be fair, Saturday and Sunday are big brunch days. If you are going to maximize on your crowd, your audience, you got to get people in and out. And I don't think it's normal for people to finish eating and want to stay. But I also think if you're going to create a day party environment,
you got out of space. You
got to expect that your turnover is going to be slower. But also, I'll be honest, I was with a friend who might drop several dollars there. So kicking me out, you might lose anywhere from $50 to $200, kicking me out, telling me my time limit is over, even though we drinking bottomless mimosas. We was ordering shots. Like, we would have ordered another hookah if we had to. Like, we would have spent more money making your tip bigger, but you're like, oh, y'all gotta go.
Yeah, I think once the summer comes, when they have the extra with the new space, they'll have the outside patio.
I'm not sitting outside. I ain't never sitting
outside. But some people like that, and I feel like it'll give them
where that, like, in my opinion, you sitting on the corner of Main and what is that, Ellingston? Yeah. Is that Ellingston? That's where you get on Ellingston Parkway, right?
But some people like that. Some people like outside, period.
Some people do like outside. That's
they don't
true.
care, like, you know, where they get. So I think
I just would not sit out there.
Right. Me personally, I don't like sitting outside. I'm already black and I already don't. I'm allergic to outside at this point. So I wouldn't sit outside.
She took the words out my mouth.
I think that for them, like, they have a good thing going. They have to do better execution with it because the spacing is, because I've been there when it was mainstay.
Me too.
And
They
I'm
had
like,
good wings.
And Mainstay was good, and I didn't realize how small Mainstay was. But your inside.
Oh my God, I did not realize how
Until
small it
Laura
was
went there.
until I walked in as it was New York.
And I was like, wow, but spacing is everything. So how you set up your tables and your inside, that determines, how it's going to look. And it's so much extra space that they have that they could have used if they set it up differently. But
they left that space like that telephone booth.
Yeah.
It's like a small little dance floor. Like, it's a little ghetto.
It didn't need to be all that at this point.
It's a little ghetto. Is it a spot? Like, is it a restaurant or is it a lounge?
Well,
and we hitting into the Atlanta set. That's Atlanta nightlife.
Have you ever been to Link?
No.
I have been to Link. I went during home.
Where is it?
Tell me about the experience real quick.
Wait, can y'all tell me where it is?
So Link is off of...
She's pointing as if that's helpful.
It's not by JC Napier.
It's off of...
Not that she named the school. I'm correct.
No, the projects.
It is off of Lafayette.
Yeah. The corner. Right there. Was it third?
Urban. No, second.
Second, yeah.
No, she said it's off of Lafayette. Oh my God.
JC Napier.
You're right. No, wait. I saw the school first.
Yeah. I'm like, the project.
I forgot. You go a little bit further down there. Projects with the same name.
It is hood.
It's urban.
But
Garrison, I need you to not use the word urban because you are black.
Wow.
And
So what would you rather you say?
I would rather you say it's ghetto. Shit.
I mean, I think urban is a better way of saying it.
I think urban is very whitewashed, and it implies that you are code switching by using that term.
Not per se, because urban doesn't come off as bashing.
Urban, let's just talk. You want to have a fun pod?
Like people know that urban means what it means, but it's like
people know that when you say urban, there are silent air quotes. And you are a black person. I personally perceive the term urban as a microaggression. And it comes off as a microaggression from you as well. So I'm just informing you.
I was beefing with a major party.
well, honey, stay true to yourself at this point.
For real, that was almost 2 years ago.
But
I'm just saying, but anyway.
I ain't been to one since.
I went.
Timberlink.
When I went
L-I-N-Q. L-I-N-Q.
Oh, so it's not far from me.
It's not. It's big. Like, girl, when you turn that street. No, I'm talking about the sign. The link sign is big and colorful.
I gotta go drive by it because
at night it's big and colorful. We just went because it was something else to do, like after homecoming or something. But of course, it was ghetto. They had wings. I don't think we ate. We just went in there. I think we just honestly just went in there. We didn't pay for coverage because the girl we was with, she knew the people at the door.
I love that.
But they had like the green. It's big. Like the outside is big because they got the outside patio area.
So it's downtown.
Basically.
It's off of Lafayette.
That's downtown.
Downtown. If you consider downtown, yes, that is downtown.
I will
well, I'm from Nashville. That's downtown. If it's off of Lafayette.
It's literally...
It's right there.
I got it.
But no.
It's right there at the back of...
Okay, go ahead.
I'm trying to see. It's something else right there, but... I'm looking at
I'm just gonna drive over there because I'm
drive.
like,
but the thing is,
technically that might be on my way home.
The inside is kind of small looking, but the outside got like the grass and it's kind of big, and it was picnic tables. I didn't see nothing wrong with it. Of course, it's like you just gotta like the crowd. If that's your type of party, go ahead. Did you have a bad experience at Link?
I've never been.
Oh well, it wasn't bad.
Garrison doesn't go to like the hole in the wall spots.
Well, you've been to Roasted, right?
Yes, I have, because I actually know the owner.
I know.
Roasted is not ghetto.
This is godmom. So
Roasted is not ghetto.
It was my birthday.
I had a great experience. I don't like having to wait for a table, but it was a good experience.
It's on the borderline of like a hood spot, but
well, because it's small. It's like a hole in the wall.
They still new, but they services like they get
their service is on point. They food is on point. You just gotta wait.
And that's it. When Nor has to take a tip from them because they had the same type of crowd with the DJ and everything else, but they get you in and out, in and out, in and out.
And you don't feel like, but you don't feel rushed.
Right.
You're like, okay, I've been like, I've had enough mimosas. Let me leave.
Yeah, and they keep bringing them. They see you. They keep bringing them, especially if you buy a tower or whatever.
Oh no, I'm always by the tower. The bottomless mimosas, it comes on a tray thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy that.
And see, I went for my birthday this past year. I was supposed to go a week ago, but I got stuck in Chicago with some family stuff. But no, like I enjoy roasted, but that's the thing. Like Nora is good overall.
Roasted's better.
They just have to work on like some.
But they need parking. That's the thing that I don't like about roasted. Roasted needs parking.
But it's in
they actually need to move. That's true.
Yeah, but I don't know if you get the same experience if they.
Speaking of black spots, did y'all see Seoul has expanded? There's a Seoul no, they're opening in Antioch, but they have a Murfreesboro location too. Huh?
Have you been to Seoul?
The top of the bottom.
Have you been to Seoul?
Yeah, we went for my birthday.
The one on Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Yeah, I went to that one. I didn't. I had a okay experience there. What wasn't that? You know how like they have like these event nights. That's how I realized with Noir. I can't go on a Friday. It's too much for me. Too much. Like it's too much. It was a saxophone player playing, the music playing. It was too much, and sensory overload was just happening, and I don't have any type of mental issues with that, but it was a lot. And when I went to Seoul, it was like karaoke, so it's like a lot of big parties, and I felt like you're not going to get the best. When I went to Nora the first time, I had the best because it was low-key. It wasn't a lot of people in there. You know, you getting the best food, but when you go when it's crowded and packed, you're not getting their best service. And I feel like I can give Seoul another chance, but I know I can't go on another night like that. Like,
I mean, Seoul isn't.
Seoul, I feel like it's generally busy.
Has its purpose.
It has its purpose.
You know what I'm saying? But last but not least, Minerva. So last time I went was like late
Can we do like a A-B, like Minerva, Willie B's? Like, to me, they're equivalent.
So
to Willie B's.
They're both equivalent. They're the
I've only been to
same.
Willie B's once.
So to be honest, the last time I went to Minerva.
Oh, you had a bad experience, friend.
That shit was
chaotic.
Hood.
Minerva has been very like, I don't know when this happened. Minerva turned from like a collegiate experience, like where you saw people from TSU, Meharry, Fisk.
When I was there,
it's very local now.
I literally recognize nobody.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's become very local. It's become full of people who didn't go to college, who ain't got nothing to lose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been to Minerva once, and that was like 2 years ago. But I went on like a ladies' night, and I feel like I got their best service because it wasn't packed. Like, you know, I can't do it.
I've done Minerva all the types of waves. I've done Minerva midweek. I've done Minerva Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday. Like, I've had a time at Minerva. I've also had the worst experience ever at Minerva. Well, no, not ever. My worst experience ever is reserved for Willie B's. But to me, no, because when you tell the owners to their face, it just isn't a shot anymore. Like,
well, listen,
I told Chris, so.
It is what it is. So,
but Vibes, you ever been to Vibes?
Vibes is ghetto!
But I enjoy Vibes now.
If you go to Vibes before 9, you are great. They have this 30 and up thing on Fridays. It's a vibe. It's cheap. Have you been to the 30 and up thing? Oh, fat.
Well, yesterday, my friend, it was her birthday. I was gonna go, but I wound up going to work. They had a 30 and up party, and it was lit.
But no, they have a 30 and up happy hour from I think it's from 5 to 9.
But when? No offense, on Friday? It's like,
I don't know why you looking at me like, no offense. I'm not a local. I'm from here. I went to college. I have a degree. I've got shit to lose. Locals do not.
Well, guess what?
It's all right. Now I can go, but I can go to Vibes. Like, oh my goodness.
When'd you go?
Outfits.
Huh?
Excuse me, what?
I'm just telling you from someone who went there yesterday.
They what outfits?
You went to Vibes yesterday?
Wait, no. They what outfits? They what?
They 2005 outfits.
I am in tears,
What time did
Garrison.
they go?
They went for the party.
The day party, 2 to 6.
Exactly.
I mean, like, thing is, I haven't gone for an event. Like, I go, me and my friend, like, what we doing on Friday?
It's a
We'll
part of
go
the
for, like,
bar
happy
crawl.
hour. It is, but I you don't get the experience like that because you know it's so tight. It's all these people. It's like too much. I just go to Vibes, like just random. The food is good.
The food used to be amazing.
I do know
though.
one of the chefs, so
the food used to be amazing.
It still is.
They are overpriced. I haven't actually eaten there in a very long time. Their drinks are now overpriced.
Of course.
Of course. I mean, it's a part of the location.
But
White people love it.
But no, it's definitely ghetto.
See it, and I'd be like, oh.
It is ghetto.
After 9 o'clock, yes.
No, after 9 o'clock, you better leave because they gonna get to shooting.
Well, I've been in there after 9 on a good day. And
I've been there when they got the shooting outside.
So I gotta go.
You know, sometimes the vibe is to be in the ghetto, but like, you know, like that's not really me. I'm a suburban girl.
Oh no, I'm from the city of Chicago, baby. So
I'm from the city of Nashville.
So how do y'all just a little pivot? How do y'all feel about speaking of like whatever y'all been out? Well, how do y'all feel about the current economy and how it's affecting y'all pockets?
Has it affected my pockets?
Sure
Girl, you got 5,100 jobs. I don't know how.
Exactly.
But I was working 2 jobs. I've been working 2 jobs for 10 years.
Sheesh.
So
you're like, wow.
Are you Jamaican? I'm just wondering.
no, I'm not Jamaican. I'm full African American. I probably have Nigerian or something in me. I don't
My
know.
name is Tasia Owado.
That was so.
I'm done. I got it.
Why? So to be honest, the reason why I work so much is because work. When I started my weekend job, I started there right when my mom got sick. Like literally, I started July 14th. My mom died August 23rd, and I was in my last year of grad school. So I was working and working, and work became my outlet to not deal with the grief I felt from losing my mom. That's the honest to God truth why I work so much. So
Is that something that still holds true? Because it's been a while.
So now 2020 has forced me to start dealing with, because I never dealt with the grief of my mom. And after my mom passed, my dad passed 4 years after. So I also lost my job. I thought about killing myself. Like I had a rough patch, and work has always been consistent. So for me, I just like to work because it keeps me not having to focus on like my life. My life could be a shit show some days, and people think I got it all going on. I travel, but those are like my outlets. But work is where I don't have to think about my life, my mom. I don't have to think about none of it. Like I don't exist at work. I exist.
Is it an avoidant coping mechanism for you?
Yes and no. Yes and no. Like I go to therapy for it. I've been in therapy 7 years.
But is therapy enough?
For me, yes.
I mean, because I've been in therapy.
So I'm on antidepressants. I take anxiety medication. I've been going to therapy 7 years, and I'm very transparent about those things. It's just that I am still.
Are you still avoiding or? Because some people will phrase it slightly different. Are you still running from feelings by doing so much work?
No, because I've cut back. So it's even
Girl,
though I
you
work,
still got 3 jobs. Oh,
no,
I'm confused.
it's confusing, right? But I used to work every weekend.
Okay, no. So in my confusion, what I will ask is, how much time
Do I have for myself?
how much free time do you have?
Okay.
And not just, I just got off of work and it's my free time. Like I'm gonna watch 30 minutes of a TV show, take a shower and go to bed. Like I'm not talking about that time. I mean, how much time do you have where you are sitting by yourself?
Okay. So in the last 4 years, we'll say that when 2019 came, I was working every weekend. Okay. Every weekend I was working 7 days a week. No, unless I was going out of town, I took a break. When I started school in 2020 to get my doctorate, I said, hey, I need to make some changes in my life. I cut back on work. So I only work every other weekend, which means that 4 days out of the month, I have a day. Those are my days to myself.
4 days out of 30 to 31 days.
Yes, that's not attached to a job. Now, when I get off of work, I go to the gym at 4. Like, this is what I do for myself. I go to the gym at 4 o'clock. When I get done with the gym.
AM, PM.
Huh?
AM.
PM.
All right.
Right. So I only work one job during the week, and I work one job every other weekend, and my other job is PRN. So I work that whenever I feel like it. But I have time to myself. It just don't sound right. It don't look right. But I make sure I take care of myself. But I also like the lifestyle I live. I travel. I have no kids.
Yeah, no, we expensive. Life is expensive.
And I have a house and repairs. So it's like, it's always something. But like throughout just working, it was the avoidance for a while. And now I've been dealing with it. So I make sure I take care of myself now. Like myself is the first priority. My peace and everything. It don't sound right, but it's my first priority. Because all I got is myself. So
right.
But I have time. I have time.
It don't sound like it.
It don't, but I do. And I think when we first became friends, I was working a lot more. So I've cut back, and I know I've been talking to my therapist that, hey, I think I'm gonna let my third job go. Once I slowly start like letting
Do
it go.
you need the money from the other jobs to live your lifestyle?
Well, I only get paid once a month for my main job.
Okay, so it's supplementary money. I understand. No, because like last 6 months before like this month, I was working. I was grinding. I took several contracts for virtual assistant jobs. I used to be a personal assistant. I thought I could push through extra income. I hate that shit. And for me, the me of it all, like I would rather me be happy than to work 5 jobs that I hate all of them. Which I hate my main job. But I feel like once you're somewhere for like 5-6 years, like of course you hate it. Like
I mean my part-time job, which is my main job.
I hate
like,
everything.
It's been consistent.
I hate working. I just want money.
I don't mind work because I do.
I don't mind work. Yeah. I hate working.
I do, but I do what I like to do. Like I like working with kids, and I think that's like it doesn't bother me. My full-time job is a school counselor. I work with high school students.
I am crying.
My weekend job, on the weekend, I work with mentally. I work in a mental health facility with kids who've been sexually abused and traumatized. So like I'm always doing something that I like to do.
Heavy.
Right, and I also work on a crisis hotline. So I do a lot of crisis work, but I'm realizing as I continue going that like, hey, I'm doing too much crisis where it's not taking care of myself. So that's why I'm like, I think I want to get rid of the third
that you can
job.
let go. Okay.
Yeah, so like
as long as you have a sense of where you are.
Oh yeah, it's been rough, but my second job has just been the constant in the last 10 years. Like it'll be 10 years in August since my mom been gone, and I've been at that job 10 years, and it's just been that. When I lost my job in the school system the first time, I had that job to fall back on, and I never want to be in a position where I can't take care of myself. So I work, I save. It don't make sense to some people, but it works for me. So the economy, I mean, it's bad, but I don't know.
So how do you feel it's been since
the pandemic?
Like pre-pandemic till now? Because honestly, like the economy's bad.
It's bad, and I say that because like I know that at some point I need a new car, right? But I refuse to do the interest rates. The one thing I'm glad I got my house in 2017 because what I pay for rent, I mean for mortgage, and what some of y'all pay for rent, I couldn't do it. And I think that's why I said like the economy isn't bad for me because I had my stuff set up for me before knowing what was going to happen in 2020. Like I had it set up already. My car note got paid off like a few months early. So I've been car note free going on 3 years.
Yeah.
I was set up. Now I'm like, I want a car, but in this economy, no.
Yeah,
I want a bigger house. In this economy, no.
I mean,
that's so fun.
As you know, interest rates are up. Like since the pandemic, we had that stimulus. So a lot of money was pumped to the economy, so now that caused inflation. So
yeah, we paying it back.
So inflation means that the cost of goods goes up. Mm-hmm. So now you got high interest rates when it comes to mortgages. So people like yourself who are homeowners, let's say you might get an offer, but like it might not be worth your while because the fact that shit costs so much to borrow, you're not willing to sell.
Yeah, like I had during the pandemic, and I remember because I refinanced my house during then. So I had got like a little bit lower on the interest rates for the interest rate skyrocket. And one of my neighbors, he's a realtor, and he said, hey, you want to sell your house? I said, I'm not interested right now, not knowing what was coming forth with the pandemic. Yeah. And I was like, no, I don't want to sell right now. He was like, well, because our houses had doubled. So I can right now sell my house for double of what I paid for it. And I have a townhome. I don't even have like this big fancy smancy house. And I'm like, the fact that y'all are going to pay $300,000 plus for what I have is crazy. And he tried to give me, he said, well, most people, what they're doing, they're selling and then they're selling it and then they're going to rent something else to say, how can I save when the rent is more than my mortgage? Like, I didn't understand that math. Like, I get it. I'm going to get a big lump sum, but I'm going to spend more trying to go get something bigger or something else when I could have just stayed where I'm at. Like, I'm okay with that. Like, he literally tried it, and I said, no, thank you. Like, I'm fine where I'm at. I want something bigger, but if that's in the cards for me, it's going to come. And if not, me and my 2-bedroom townhome going to make it do what it do.
Yeah, so that's the conundrum. So you have people who do have property, but, like, let's say they sell. The question is, where am I going to go?
Yeah, and I don't want to be in Tennessee long term. So I've been here, but I don't want to stay here. And it's like, I'm gonna go buy something in a city I don't want to live in the rest of my life. No, it's just. But where do you go?
Yeah, and that's the $1 million question.
Mm-hmm.
Like so, let's say you do sell for twice as much what you bought. Okay, cool, sounds good, but where you gonna go?
And he couldn't tell me. He like, well, most people are renting an apartment. Why would I go rent an apartment and my mortgage is under $1,000 and this apartment is over $1,000? The math wasn't mathing. Like, yeah, I get out of the HOA fees and those things, but I'm gonna get it back because now I got bigger bills. Like my rent is more than what I was paying to live in the house.
Exactly.
It's weird, but everything's gonna crash at some point. We can't keep going at this rate.
Yeah, I mean, Americans right now have an all-time high in credit card debt.
Well, me and my credit cards, we manage it.
Shit.
I just wish that, even with credit cards, like, I know I got a lot of credit cards, and I talked to a financial advisor through my bank because of the perks of my bank that I had. And, he was just saying, if it works for you, that works. I'm like, yeah, like, nobody taught me about credit card debt and nothing like that. I taught myself, and I know like now how to play it off and how to do what I got to do. I probably got like 12 to 15 credit cards. Why do you have so many? Just use it once a year, pay it off, and you don't got to worry about it till next year. Like that is the key to all of it. Or you found a card that has the most perks to it. Like I just got a new travel credit card. What are the perks? I have 15% no interest. 15 months no interest.
Exactly.
So you know how much stuff I can put on my credit card and pay it off in 15 months with no interest? I got a whole trip on that just because. The economy is going to do what it's going to do, but people just got to be smart with their money. And if you want a roommate, get one. Don't let society tell you don't need one, because sometimes you need one.
Yeah, look.
My roommate just moved out.
You looking for another one? I don't really want to move to Madison, but maybe.
It's been a long time coming. If you know, you know.
But the thing about it, though, is like, look, and that's a video of this podcast, is that, like, bro, like, yes, get a roommate for like a year or two. Stack up. Visual credit, because
credit is everything.
This economy is not designed for like a single person.
I'm going to tell you the truth. The idea that I used to live on my own, moved home for personal reasons. Yeah, I've already heard that. But like, cannot afford what I want on my own now is like the effects of the economy. It has actually not changed my lifestyle in any other way other than the fact that I want my own townhouse and cannot afford it as a single woman who is like, I'm not going to say like I'm impoverished, but like I wouldn't say that I quite qualify for like middle class. I'm like bottom middle class on my own. And like Nashville is so fucking expensive. And I'm like, I always envisioned that I live in my neighborhood. Like that I'd be able to be like, oh, Granny, I'm coming home. I'll see you in 30 seconds. Yeah. Like type life. And
it's
my city's done gotten too fucking expensive.
It's definitely expensive, but that's what everybody moving here. And it's just created what people think, oh, it's just so nice. No, it's not.
But
it affects the local people that stay here, like us who live
here
here
now. The people who were raised here cannot afford to live here.
Us who went to school here and stayed here can't afford it.
Well, for me, it's the same.
Look like ain't none of us afford it. That's why Antioch is oversaturated, because it was
oversaturated, overpriced.
But shit, I was in your neck of the woods the other day, yesterday, matter of fact, and you got all these, new developments, right?
Do you know the house across the street from me? The unrenovated house across the street from me just sold for 1.3
really?
million.
I mean, I could.
And they finna build a $5 million home right there. So.
No, actually, I don't think so. I saw some people moving in. I don't know.
Well, so the question is, you said something for like 1.3.
1.3. House, and like, mind you, not too long ago, I went to a house party there. It's a lot smaller than mine. It doesn't even sit on an acre. It doesn't even sit on half an acre.
People just accept, like the people from California. No offense to, well, I ain't gonna say no offense to them because I can't stand somebody from.
But I think it's only like a 4-bedroom, 2-bath.
But to them, these prices aren't anything because
they make a lot more.
and they're remote working, coming here, getting a house, and it's causing everything supply. The supply to go up.
Like to me, like I love my benefits. I don't love my job, but like I love my coworkers. But like I'm like, if I took a job remotely from New York, I'd be making almost triple what I make here in Tennessee.
Mm-hmm. But the cost of living is higher though.
But it'd be remote.
I know. I'm like, the cost of living higher. So like, okay, we're gonna pay you, but then you telling me I could be remote and work it, but I couldn't do work from home. Kudos to y'all. The pandemic tainted.
Let me tell you, the pandemic has changed my life because I could not imagine getting up and driving to work every day. I just
take me to the building.
Like my thing is like to me like it's just so foreign and far away from me now. Like I can't imagine actually having to get up enough to get ready to be presentable to be around people.
Like we got a pandemic, go back again.
Like I have been at home in my office by myself, very solitary. Like. For 4 years, like I cannot imagine doing something different.
I was at home for like almost 2 years, and I had to start figuring out what I could do because I was like bored because my job wasn't a task oriented job, right? It was just if the kids didn't log on to Zoom for our after school meetings, I did nothing. So I traveled, I went to school, I did everything else. That's all
and what I will say is there's a difference between working from home and working remotely. I work from home.
Yeah, I was working remotely.
I have HIPAA, like I have to be considerate about HIPAA. Like I have to be in a room behind the closed doors legally where no one can access me because I am dealing with PPI.
Yeah. That wasn't me. Like, and that's, I think
like
it's just,
if I could work remote, let me tell you, I would be gone all of the time.
Yeah, I'd be like, my supervisor's like, where you at? He wouldn't even ask me where I was at. I was like, hey, as long as I answered the calls and stuff like that, it didn't bother me. But I know that working home and remote, that's just not for me. Like, I can't sit in my house. I already sit there. And the hard part was trying to separate my personal life from my professional life.
I don't have a personal life Monday through Thursday. Like, I do not leave the house. Unless it's like to get food, I do not leave my house Monday through Thursday. But I be out all weekend. And like for me, like that's how I can economically afford to be out all weekend. When I worked in the office, we go to happy hour. We go get something to eat. Like I was spending a lot more on food and drinks when I wasn't working from home. And for me, that's the trade-off. I'm at home a lot more. I read a lot more books.
Now,
I don't talk to my friends as much. But when the weekend hits, I be like, hey, yo.
What you doing?
What y'all doing? And Garrison be like, don't you just want to sit at home? Hell no. I've been here all week.
Yeah.
Let me out these motherfucking walls. And I'm someone who used I get cabin fever. The idea of not being able to go out gives me anxiety. But even if if I can, I just don't, I'm okay.
Yeah.
And we're back.
Yep. So we're gonna end with the last topic of how comfortable are you with yourself. I guess I'll start.
Okay.
I feel like I am pretty comfortable because people always say the same shit about me.
Question.
Go ahead.
I want to know, what does people's opinions have to do with your comfortability with you? It's like, because you said this when you were giving us the description of the conversation, and I was confused then.
Well, you have to understand that
do you think people who are uncomfortable with themselves get different reviews from people?
Yes.
I'm gonna argue that. Okay, but continue.
So, oftentimes when it comes to you, people already know what to expect, right? Like, if my name comes up, it's a common, oh, okay, yeah. Like it's either the same 3 or 4 topics, whatever. So
Messy.
I-
Player.
I'm going to argue this. I'm gonna argue this point for several reasons. I think people have different opinions of Garrison. I think my grandmother and my mother's opinion of you is vastly different than my opinion or EK. Look at me, hand claps. EK's opinion of you.
Yeah, but like
I called him EK, not Bob.
She talking about people born in like the like 1930s.
The 30s.
My grandmother was not born in 1930s.
My bad, 20s.
My grandma was born in the 20s.
But so my grandma born in like 35, which I texted her today. I sent her a little selfie, me in my suit, you know. But
oh, wait, you was in a suit today?
I was.
Where'd you go?
I had to handle some business early this morning.
You went to church?
I didn't go to church, but I handled some business.
Rare.
But
big purr.
But
I'm sorry.
But so the question
sorry.
is like, you know, do people really say the same thing about you no matter where they go? Because I feel like people say the same thing about me. Because I feel like I am consistent. Right?
I can see that. So like for me, I think that people can say the same thing about me.
Yeah, people say
However,
the same thing about you, Tasia, like for sure.
Yeah. However, when you meet the other side, that's something totally different.
But like for the most part, on a general like consensus, it's like,
which is why my incident at work this week I didn't understand, because I think I'm the same all the way around. So
do you care to share that incident?
I mean, I can share a little bit, but not too much because.
Right.
But basically, my job, I am the only black person on staff.
African American.
That's unfortunate.
I'm the only black person.
I've been there.
Mm-hmm.
But to know my experience, the first time I was in the school system, you understand, like, I'm at peace. Like, I'm comfortable who I am. The one thing I told me in the interview is if I couldn't be me, which is black, then this is not the job for me. It was not the job for me. And I didn't realize that the first time I was in the school system, when I had a black principal, and me and him, we just didn't get along. We did not get along from day one. Like, he told me.
He probably wasn't black.
He was Cuban. I said, nigga. Nigga.
Gosh, yeah.
He was probably like.
No, he was Cuban.
He was probably very
whitewashed. So he was Cuban, but like
it's what I get
where?
from principals in the school system.
He was born. I don't know where he was born at. I do know he came from California, which goes back to my.
That's a completely different environment.
Which comes from my thing. What I said earlier.
Shout out to Valor, because that's very.
But the issue with having a black principal, like, you go in there like, okay, we got somebody for the kids, because I was at an all black school. We got a black person as the head of the principal. The assistant principal is black. The dean is black. The school counselor's like everybody was just black in the building. But with him, the first time he met me, he was like, "Oh, I thought you were crazy." And I said, "What do you mean you thought I was crazy? Like, where'd you get that from?" Because I told you, I think everybody thinks the same. Once you meet me, you get the same consensus about me, unless you be my other side. But that's anybody, right? We all have another person when you bring it out and you disrespect us. And like in a meeting in front of like all different people, he told me I need to do my hair. And
what did your hair look like?
I had my natural hair out. It
like
was
just
an afro. But it wasn't like, it was combed, but his whole thing, I need to do my hair.
It was tamed.
Right. You'd have thought I woke up and just came to work. No. So that was an issue, and just all of those things. So when I went to my current job,
I told y'all he was a whitewash before she started this story.
Well, yeah,
I knew it.
So and then okay, back at that when I was
that
at
was a
school,
Metro. You worked in Metro and experienced that, didn't you?
In the inner city schools, and I loved it because of the kids, but I also worked at a failing school, so I did a lot of things for the kids. But when I had my hair straight, because I had a wig on, because if you know me, I don't straighten my hair. It's been like 6 or 7 years. I do not straighten my hair.
I can't do that.
And he said,
"You should."
He literally said, "I like your hair." He had never complimented my hair. But when I had the straight hair on, he complimented. And I said, "Okay, you just don't like white women."
You had a wig.
Black women. I had
you had a wig,
on.
a straight
wig.
Angry.
So that was that. So now at my
Let's pick
school,
it. Let's march. I will march behind that. And I don't like outside.
I tried, I did all that, and I took 5 years off from the school system after that because it was a lot. It was a mental toll on me. Emotional, physically. I probably was my heaviest then. You know, I told them I'd get in my car and drive off a cliff before I come back in this building. And I meant every word of it. I'm still here though. Told you, therapy,
amen.
medicine, all that stuff works because I was going through grief.
Yeah.
So
I really hate when Garrison brings out the well.
I mean, it was just a lot. And I really, like, I'm more comfortable now talking about it. That
it's because it's
years.
It's been removed. Yeah,
like I started a blog. So, like, I have a blog about it. I was in a book because I call it, like, my midlife crisis at 28. Because you're trying to figure out, like, who you are because
that sounds like a good title for a book. Yep. Is it available on Amazon? Because I buy all my books.
I got a blog somewhere, but it was in my friend's book, and it was like my insert just about, you know, just different things because at 28, I had experienced a lot. I lost my mama. I feel like I lost myself. I just lost everything because somebody that was the color of me couldn't accept who I was. Right? So when I fast forward to the school I'm at the opposite demographics. It's just me. I've already let them know from day one, like, if this is a job for me, then I'm going to protect myself the way I didn't do it the first time.
Because you have the tools.
I'm better equipped. I got everything I need to do. It's still some anxiety because I'm at year 2, right? So going into year 2, I talk to my therapist already. I'm like, you know what happened last time?
You in a different county.
I'm like, when I got to year 2 this year, I was very nervous. It was a lot of anxiety because I'm like, dang, the last time I got to year 2,
were you anxious or were you waiting for the other shoe to drop? Because I do believe those are different.
Probably a combination of both because it was like, I had a good first year there. I had a good first year here. And here we are year 2. That year 2 ended with me losing my job. And this year 2, I'm like, well, okay.
I'm good. I'm comfortable.
Good. However, this week, one of my coworkers decided to say that she was afraid of me. So
I'm ready to pick it. Just know.
And I'm like, okay. And when my coworker told me, and she told me in great confidence, I wouldn't throw her under the bus because she didn't have to tell me. The one who told me she's my age. She?
Okay, so someone else, not the person who's afraid of you. Someone else was comfortable enough to tell you. Okay.
Yeah, because she's my age, and I get along with anybody. It don't matter your color. Like, I didn't work in Montessori schools. I didn't work around all different types of people. I went to diverse high school. So the color of your skin does not dictate my friendship with you.
Correct.
If we cool. Like, that's just what it is. If you genuinely care about me, and I genuinely care about you, we could be friends. Like, it's none of that. So when she told me that, and the first thing I said was, it's because I'm black. And she looked at me. I said, we're not gonna sugarcoat it. We're not gonna do it. I said, it's because I'm black.
I'm not gonna pretend with you. Like, I don't understand this concept.
And I said, now,
it's because I'm black and she perceives me as aggressive.
And that's what I said. I said, even if she just said aggressive, I still would feel the same way. I said, however, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna talk to admin. And I was like, I processed with my therapist, and I processed, like, one of my friends was an AP. And I said, is this something I want to bring up? Because one, it's going to have a trickle effect. And it's like, do I want to throw this girl under the bus who told me in confidence and we talked about it? Or do I want to just sit here and document like I've been taught to do from my first experience and just continue on? And the moment she says something again, because the first time I'm going to let you go because you ain't said directly to me. The second time, we're going to go higher up because it's the second time you said something that attacks my character. So I explained it to my coworker who told me about it. And I said, hey, I said, I am black. I said, as a black woman with a doctorate, y'all already perceive us as a threat. I'm a threat off top.
Because I got more education than you, but you have this perception of...
And that's the one thing she said. She said, Tasia, honestly, I think it's because, one, she's older, and it is because of your education. And this is somebody telling me this, and we're having a conversation.
Someone who's worked in the field, there are air quotes, if y'all can't hear it in my tone, in the field longer than you, and wants you to bow down to her and refer to her, and you can't do that. Because I would also presume from Twitter, and what I've learned on Twitter is that, like, your job ain't got shit to do with hers. But the children prefer you.
They do. And
I didn't even actually learn that on Twitter. I just, like, I can hear it in a tone.
Like, I love kids. Like, I love working with kids. But, like, she's not even the other counselor. Now, the other counselor...
I assumed that she wasn't.
She's not. The other counselor is...
I'm actually going to assume that she's a teacher.
She's white. She's a registrar.
And absolutely nothing to do with your job.
The other counselor, she's not... She's rude. Like, she has her moments where she's very rude. And I don't...
My high school counselor was rude.
And so I don't work in the same building. And when she told me that her and the lady got into it that morning, I said, "Well, did she say she was afraid of her?" And she said,
"No, it's going to be different vocabulary."
I said,
she's
"So
a white
what
woman.
would possess her to say that you're afraid of me?" I said, "As a black person that is attacking my character," I said, "that's not fair to say that when I don't interact with you." I said, "The one thing she should have did was approach me as an adult and said, if I said something rude to you, say I was rude to you. Do not say you're afraid of me."
She doesn't have other language. She's not equipped.
That's racist. And I'm like, "Is it because I'm black?" And she looked at me, and I just educated her about it. Because I know at my second job, I had a Vietnamese woman tell me that I was antagonizing her. And I told them, "Do y'all know what antagonizing
Am I
means?"
antagonizing or am I inquiring?
I said, "Do you know what antagonizing mean?" They said, "What?" I said, "So y'all mean I deliberately went out my way to say something to her?"
To provoke you.
I said, "No." I said, "I don't go out my way. I'm doing my job because at my other job, I also am in a supervisory role at times. So if you're not doing your job correctly, it is up to me as the supervisor in charge at that time to correct you. If you don't like how I correct you, because I don't like, as adults, we all know our roles. If you don't understand, you don't understand. But I'm just telling you to do your job." But then that was attacking my character. Why?
Do your job.
Black woman. I didn't understand it. So I don't know. People perceive me the same until you meet people like that. So
That's unfortunate.
Well, I think we're going to end on that note.
I think I like me. I know me.
Okay.
I don't think everybody has the same perception of me,
Really?
which was my disagreement with you.
Okay. So, like,
I think you do have a different experience on how you approach me.
How do you feel that people would, let's say you weren't in a room, right? Like, how do you feel that people would describe you?
I think some people would perceive me as extroverted, loud, opinionated. I think other people would see me as introverted, shy, and quiet.
So that's like kind of like the opposite.
Correct.
So, like, could you break that down?
I think different environments bring out different characteristics in people. So while I'm consistently me, in some rooms where I'm uncomfortable, you might get a shyer, quieter, I'm not expressing my thoughts and opinions until asked version of Veronica. While in rooms where I'm with the people I love and I care for, and I know like at least there's one person here that's gonna protect me, yeah, you're gonna get like a little spicier. Like the more comfortable I am, the more my filter shatters. And so while I'm always me, I'm appropriate to whatever room I'm in.
You feel that there's every time where you can like consolidate the
two? Yeah.
Yeah, the two.
Yeah, I think in the most comfortable spaces, you see both.
Okay.
Because if I don't have anything to say, or if I'm comfortable and I don't have anything to say, which some people might think is a rarity, I can be quiet. I know that's a surprise, isn't it? But like where I am the most comfortable, you will see me be both. And you will see me go from quiet to loud to back to quiet. Like,
yeah. Okay.
So that I do have to disagree. I do not think that the opinion of Garrison is the same no matter where he goes. I think you have characteristic traits that are easy to pick up on. I also don't think that you present the same in every room.
I think that I present the same in majority rooms. Now listen to what I said.
I heard the subtle difference.
Yeah, like I present the same.
I will allow
rooms
that
because I'm pretty consistent. I think I am.
And I don't think consistency means being the same everywhere.
Well, that's like what it means.
No, I know, because not every situation calls for the totality of you. So, no, I think it's a deeper question than what you're intending it to be. But I will allow you to use that.
But that also comes to people who don't know me, so they're not really my friends.
Oh, I think Garrison comes off as friends with people that he's not friends with.
No, that's actually not true. It's not.
I had to move. I literally had to move to the edge of my seat.
So
because
I'm actually going to
we
name
can
drop.
be Ishmael. Like, do you want to be Ishmael? But I definitely think people who are not cool with. No, let me rephrase. I think people Garrison is not cool with do not necessarily know that you are not cool with them.
Well, we will let the listeners.
And I'm talking about bleep.
Now go ahead, say it. Good. I mean, just say it.
No, I
mean,
no.
I will bleep it out.
Okay.
Well, anywho, thanks for listening. I didn't know I had so many haters. But
I love that for you, because you know what? You know you're not doing anything if you don't have haters.
Well,
the fact that you have haters means that you're doing something. That's right. Come on.
Well, guess what? We here in 2024.
Oh, okay. Is it 2024?
Still thriving.
Did not know.
Still thriving.
202. 202.
Tasia, thank you for being here.
Come on, the original producer.
Seriously. Veronica, thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
Remember, I created your podcast.
Oh, rare.
That's how you got the name.
We gotta talk about this off mic, because there's so much I want to know. Because Garrison wasn't lying. Because like I have literally been like, before we met, I was like, I want to be here. I want to know the things.
Right. But you know,
just me. I'm just tight.
Yeah. But until next time, we out.
Bye.
Well, also wait. So
if we want to do the bye, we gotta do it together.
All right. So what the thought? So like, I remember looking at a video from like back in 2015. I used to say, until next time, we be out. Like, I said the same shit, which is crazy. But for the podcast, until next time, we out.
Bye.
You messed it up because.
Peace.